Marjorie Taylor Greene, the gift that just keeps on giving, proving more and more that not only is she an empty-headed idiot, but that she's a complete, total racist. This is her in Congress trying to compare the murder of Tyre Nichols with the law enforcement death of Ashli Babbitt. Take a listen.
Thank you. Ms. Crockett, I do agree with you about Tyre Nichols' death. I watched the video and it was tragic and extremely difficult to watch. I would also like to point out that that city is Democrat controlled and the 5 officers that have been arrested and charged are black. And I think that this isn't an issue of racism or anything like that. I think that the judge and the jury and the trial needs to work out what happened there, but I share that with you. But I'd like to also point something that I'd hope you share with me. There's a woman in this room whose daughter was murdered on January 6th, Ashli Babbitt. And Ashli Babbitt there's never been a trial. As a matter of fact, no one has cared about the person that shot and killed her, and no one in this Congress has really addressed that issue. January 6th committee didn't address it. And I believe that there are many people that came into the Capitol on January 6th whose civil rights and liberties are being violated heavily. And this committee will, I hope, Mr. Chairman, look into those civil rights abuses because they're happening in a jail right here in this city. And I hope Ms. Norton will care about that as well. As well as jails across the country. I've been in that jail. And it's not just the January 6th defendants pre-trial, by the way. It's many of the inmates in there living in horrific conditions. So I think that's something that you and I can care about.
Will the gentlelady yield just for a moment?
No, I will not yield. But I would like to say and point out that civil rights and liberties are important, but we have to make sure that we crack down on the two-tier justice system because that needs to end. I yield back the remainder of my time.
Gentlelady yields back. Chair recognizes Ms. Greene.
Trying to compare the murder of Tyre Nichols. And I'm surprised, no, actually I'm not surprised that you didn't mention in your little tirade about the 5 officers being black, that you didn't mention the officer who was white. Officers, let me put it this way, officers were white and EMS people who were white. And I just love it when Republicans try to say this is a Democrat city, all hell breaks loose in Democrat cities. So what if the city is Democrat? It don't matter to me. A city is a city. And it gets to me. Let's look at Ashli Babbitt, shall we? Dedicated Trumper. 100%. Her Facebook page is inundated with conspiracy theories that were spewed by Donald Trump. And when Trump lost the 2020 election, she, among many other Trumpers out there, broke into the Capitol, tried to get into the Congress to kill congressmen that didn't support the Trump lie. Now, the police officer who shot her, fact of the matter is, maybe he should still stand trial, or at the very least stand the board of inquiry, which happened. And I'll be honest with you, I would have taken the shot as well. She was part of a mob that was trying to kill people. She wasn't standing up for freedom and justice and all that other crap. She had murderous intent, along with the rest of her mob. There is no comparison between her, a terrorist, and a man who was trying to go home. A man who was pulled out of his car and beaten, handcuffed, tased, and maced, broke away, refound by police, and beaten until he died days later from succumbing to his wounds. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you just keep giving me reasons to hate your fucking guts. We all know that you're an empty-headed bitch. That you somehow bribed Kevin McCarthy to get on the major committees. But the fact is, you're a racist, hateful woman. This comparison, there is no comparison between the two. Ashli Babbitt was a terrorist, and she got exactly what she deserved. Tyre Nichols was a guy who was just going home. Wasn't driving recklessly, didn't do anything wrong. I guess the only thing he did wrong was ask, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I guess the other thing he did wrong was break away after the first few punches, being tased and maced. I guess the other thing he did wrong was cry for his mother. I guess that's what he did wrong. Is that right? Is that how you're going to justify this? But it's pathetic. But it's not uncommon for Republicans to do this, for the MAGA to do this. They could give two shits about people of color. But the acolytes, the people who fight for them, they'll go to war with them. They'll go to the mat with them, not the people, especially people like Tyre Nichols, who is a black man, for this, that, and the other reason. And for the MAGA out there, I'm still waiting for you to debate me on this. If you're really going to justify what happened to Tyre Nichols while trying to defend what Ashli Babbitt tried to do, and we all know she was trying to do it. We know that. If you're seriously going to try this, I would love to hear your reasons. Bring it. But you're not going to, because we know that the MAGA are full of cowards. You won't say anything about it. You'll just say, "Oh, poor Tyre," while under your breath celebrating the death of another black man at the hands of law enforcement, regardless of the color. Now that we know the truth, there were black and white officers involved in this. Nice try, Mary Jean. But your racism isn't going to win. Justice will. And I'm calling for you to resign from Congress immediately. Your comparison to this is not only damaging to our country, it's damaging to what a country is supposed to represent. And quite honestly, you can either leave on your feet, or we'll just have to harass the hell out of you till you leave. It's your choice, Mary Jean. CTP Know The Truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.